Hello and welcome everyone to Anfield Road TV. Yes, World Cup content, it's a Liverpool channel, but as you know me, obviously the last World Cup went down really well. I enjoyed it, so as you can probably see on the channel, we got a couple of streams scheduled anyway. Obviously the ones that I can do anyway, the ones that are at like 6 o'clock in the morning, sadly, I'll be in bed. But yeah, so and just looking at the schedule to the left of me, Mexico versus South Africa, Stadio Azteca. What an arena to play football, by the way, chat. Every footballer's dream, of course, that the stadium is played. Obviously, that great Brazilian side. Pele's played there, Maradona's played there, you name it. The legendary figures within football have all played in this stadium. Obviously one of the dream stadiums I'd love to go to one day, but you never know. Cost quite a bit of money, that anyway. But yeah, and hope he's enjoying and you're looking forward to the World Cup anyway. So in terms of the schedule, I'll just quickly get it up. The ones that we're going to be looking at at the moment, the ones that I've scheduled, and don't be worrying as well, chat. So let me just get the schedule up on the notes as well. So of course the game tonight to kick off the tournament as well. Had a little bit of Shakira as well, didn't we? On the we missed the opening ceremony. She was singing as well alongside a load of Mexican artists as well. Obviously, and that's the beauty of the World Cup as well. It does unite people, and obviously everyone coming from different cultures, different backgrounds, every walk of life anyway. And that's the one thing, that's the beauty. It's why probably one of the main things that all of us love football is, you don't even have to speak the same language. Everyone speaks the language of football anyway. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it, chat. As you can see from obviously the starting 11 on both sides, and this is what I love about international football. As long as I'm not watching England, we'll be supporting Scotland all the way this tournament anyway, and anyone that plays England, in all honesty. So yeah, we're looking at, and the beauty of just these international tournaments, as I was saying, chat, was finding out players that I've never seen play, and then them being very good footballers as well. So tournaments of the biggest tournaments in world football can propel you. It doesn't matter how good your agent is. If you have a fantastic World Cup tournament, of course, we've seen famously, I think everyone goes back, and for me, it's, the maddest tournaments a player has had in my lifetime was obviously James Rodriguez. Obviously for that Colombia side, where I think he took them to the semi-finals or quarter-finals anyway. But off the back of that tournament, the whole world knew about James Rodriguez. It's a bit mad that he ends up at Everton anyway, but I suppose he was desperate. But yeah, James Rodriguez off the back of that tournament, I think that was the season Real Madrid went out and bought a load of Galactico signings. I think Kaká, did Kaká join the same year that Rodriguez did? But yeah, they spent a very big chunk of money on the Colombian attacking midfielder. So yeah, Shabalala, everyone remembers the World Cup, I think it was 2012 as well. South Africa, the Jabulani ball. I think if anyone had a little kick about with that was just mad, wasn't it? And obviously that tournament, that was the one where everyone, I think, famously Diego Forlan loved it. I think he come out after the end of the tournament, and he got quite a load of goals in that year anyway. So yeah, Shabalala, obviously he scored an absolute opening. It was an opening of the South Africa World Cup as well. Obviously South Africa playing this evening as well. So yeah, he scored an absolute worldie from like 40 odd yards, and what a goal it was. I think it got voted goal of the tournament, and it was on the first night as well. So hopefully tonight we do see a couple of screamers. That would be great. But yeah, as we said, finding out players. I'm going to be honest, I don't know many, if not, I know one or two. I'll be honest, on the South Africa side anyway. Obviously the number 9, Foster, obviously the Burnley forward, obviously played in the Premier League as well. So yeah, I'm being honest, and similar with the Mexico side, but that's the beauty of why I love watching international football. Obviously Champions League is very different because you're very familiar with a lot of the Portuguese league players and all that, because I do watch extensively a lot of Champions League football. and obviously a load of Italian football as well, and a fair chunk of Ligue 1 as well. So obviously Liverpool's the priority, chat, but who, and that's what I wanted to get up, chat. I do apologise. I'll try and get up in a little second. One second there whilst I just get this up. Anyway, I did want to do the prediction, because I'll clip this into a video, chat. Who's your Gilberto Hora, highly rated 17 yards on the bench as well for Mexico? I'm going to be honest, Zane, I don't know too much of him, bud. Is he meant to be good? He's probably, where does he play, fella? But yeah, it's the thing, innit? We're all going to be finding these great footballers, and we're going to go like, it's not too bad. And I'm pretty sure after the tournament's hopefully finished, that a load of these players do get the big moves. Ochoa, it's his 6th tournament, Zane, and chat, innit? 6 tournaments, absolute veteran. He was called up last, the Mexico goalkeeper. I don't think he's played in every single tournament, but being able to go to 6 tournaments, I think feels like he's about 70 because he's been there every season, every tournament anyway. But I think it's like 40 odd in he now. But I think he was called upon late, really, to the tournaments as well. So yeah, so you in terms of the South, we'll start with the host anyway. Rangel, you got Reyes, Montes, Vasquez, Gallardo as well, Alvaro, Jimenez, Faldado, Quinez, and Raul Jimenez, of course. Obviously, we all know Raul Jimenez anyway. Obviously, he's just moved from Fulham, hasn't he? Obviously, just become the Wolves number 9 as well. Back to Wolves. I think, and the journey he's been on, Raul Jimenez, it's been huge, in all honesty. Hasn't it, in terms of, obviously, the head injury he did suffer, but seeing him back into playing football anyway, it is a miracle, really, because it was, at the time, it looked very serious, and it was. So in terms of the away side, obviously the team, everyone's the away side, apart from Mexico, USA, and Canada. What am I chatting? So the team of South Africa anyway, Williams, Sabisi, Ocon, and Mabuezi as well, Mandu, Adams, Sitol, McIndoe, Mobida, and Reyners, and Foster as well. Obviously, Lyle Foster. I think it's Lyle Foster anyway. But chat, make sure you drop a like on the video as well. Hit that subscribe button down below. And as I say, chat, put your bell notification on because we will be chock-a-block with shows. So in terms of the next live stream, what days are we on here? Yeah, so in terms of the next live stream, we will be live for South Korea versus Czech Republic, Czechia anyway. So that'll be live at 2 o'clock in a couple of hours later anyway. So as I say, chat, if you haven't already done so, do drop a like on the video, hit that subscribe button down below, and it's been 1 second. I'm just going to quickly get a prediction. FIFA World Cup 2022, and then we'll get the chat. Who have you got to win this tournament? For me, it's going to be either France, or I've got a sneaky feeling it might be Portugal as well. I do predict the Portugal France final anyway. The way I've got it, chat, on bear 1 second, I'm just getting up the prediction. Yeah, just so we can do the prediction anyway. Have a little bit of fun on that as well. Matches. Teams, let's see, match predictor, bracket challenge, is it that one that we want? Oh geez, chat, I did have this up, but it's just disappeared. There we go. So, right, so chat, you can play along with us here anyway. So we'll go over to the next screen if we can, and hopefully that will bring it up. That's not that one. There we go. What we want is the so that one. There we go, chat. As you can see there, and we'll have a little gander on the prediction, chat. So and you'll have to let us know anyway, chat. We'll go through the group stages and then obviously going into the knockouts as well. But this will be cut into a video anyway, chat. So obviously the bracket challenge in terms of the group stages, how I anticipate this to go, in all honesty. So I'm looking at that. Looking at Group A, I anticipate Czechia to finish obviously first, Mexico or North Korea, South Korea anyway, Mexico or Korea. I've got to say, I think it will be Mexico will come second, and I think South Korea will come third, and South Africa will sadly finish fourth as well. In terms of top of this group, you've got to go. I'm personally going to be going with Switzerland. The depth of quality, the depth of experience they have at this, of World Cups, of course, and of Euros as well. Big experience, and that will certainly, for me, get them over the line as well. A lot of players that are playing European competition. You've got another host nation as well, obviously Canada, Qatar, and Bosnia-Herzegovina. So for me, I do feel it will be Bosnia. Obviously got plenty of European experience. I think Edin Dzeko's going to his final tournament anyway. Did get obviously played. I think he's at Schalke now as well. Obviously the Bosnian forward. So yeah, and don't worry, chat. The third place playoffs are a thing in this tournament due to obviously the amount of games that will be getting played. So even if a team does finish third, they will get into the knockouts as well. So I do think it will be Canada third and Qatar fourth. Brazil, this is going to be a difficult group as well. Brazil, Morocco, Scotland and Haiti as well. So Brazil finishing first. Morocco, obviously finalists, of course, on the last African Cup of Nations anyway. Obviously we know that crazy final. I've got that confused. I don't even know. Obviously Morocco won, but it was awarded to obviously the other team as well. So for me, I do think I'm gonna go Morocco finishing second, Scotland finishing third. Anyway, Morocco. Actually, no. You know what? I'm gonna move Scotland to second. Come on, the Scots. So Haiti finishing fourth, sadly. So in terms of Group D as well now, chat, do let us know your thoughts in terms of who you expect to win this tournament as well in the comment section below. For me, looking at this, Turkey being too strong. Again, many players that are playing, especially in the Serie A as well. USA under Mauricio Pochettino as well. They just, obviously, apart from Christian Pulisic, haven't got enough quality for me, in all honesty. I do have, obviously, it's going to be interesting how other the conditions within this tournament as well. Obviously, the South American teams or teams that play at a much higher altitude in terms of in world football. Anyway, it's going to be interesting the conditions, who copes with the heat and the conditions, in all honesty. But I'm gonna go, and it probably will surprise you. I'm gonna go Australia second, and then I go USA third, and Paraguay finishing fourth. I just think I was a bit surprised by Australia in the last tournament. Anyway, chat, they had a couple of surprises along the way, but obviously, yeah. So Turkey first, Australia second, and USA third. Yeah, so it's flip a coin really, Australia versus USA. This group is going to be a very difficult group, one of the most difficult groups in the tournament, in all honesty. For me, Germany, obviously Ivory Coast, Ecuador and Cuenca as well. So yeah, I'm going to go Ecuador finishing second, Ivory Coast finishing third, and Curaçao as well finishing fourth. Curacao, apologies there, chat. Curacao. And then going into Group F now as well, Netherlands, Japan, Sweden and Tunisia. Tunisia, a lovely place to go on holiday. Obviously many of you have probably gone there anyway. Fantastic scenery, but not the greatest of football inside, sadly. So I'm going to go with Netherlands. too much power, too much quality across the pitch, in all honesty. And I'm going to go Japan, chat. Obviously, the last World Cup, obviously did get a couple of good results against Spain, and I think it was Germany as well in the Qatar World Cup. So yeah, they work hard, extremely hard as a team, got so much quality across the pitch, in all honesty. And yeah, Sweden finishing third, I do think. It just depends how, and that's the thing, innit? You look at Robert Lewandowski in previous tournaments for Poland. When teams have got such great forwards, they always, for me, do struggle to really progress the ball from the back. Obviously, Lewandowski for Poland. You're looking at that Sweden side as well. Obviously, Isaac, Gyökeres as well. Fantastic forwards. But it's about when you get to international tournaments, getting them the ball, really, in all honesty. If Sweden start whipping in balls to the likes of those two lads, then they'll score goals. But I do think that Netherlands and Japan should have enough against Sweden. So I've got them finishing third, and sadly Tunisia finishing fourth as well. So in terms of just looking into the Group G now as well, chat. Oh, apologies there, chat. Can you see that? Oh, gee, chat. So Group G as well, looking at Belgium, Iran, Egypt and New Zealand. A bit of a mixed bag, really, in terms of Belgium not being the strongest force that they once were, in all honesty, chat. Obviously, no, Kevin De Bruyne going to the tournament, probably will be his last tournament. Romelu Lukaku as well. No Eden Hazard, of course, he retired a very long time ago anyway, but yeah, Belgium obviously used to have Jan Vertonghen, Toby Alderweireld as well, even a player like Chadley. Yeah, the quality is, obviously they've got Tielemans and some other great players across the back as well, but not the powers that they used to be anyway. I think they were like ranked second and third, and there was a moment in time where Belgium were ranked first in world standings, even though they hadn't won any international tournaments as well. But given the amount of coefficient points anyway that they've gathered over the years, then so I'm gonna go Belgium for first position in Group G. Iran versus and Egypt, it's gonna be fascinating. Again, I did watch a fair bit of Egypt in the last tournament in the African Cup of Nations. I think they got to the semis or the quarters anyway. Again, all the hopes land on the shoulders of course, the two well, obviously one of them being an ex-Premier League forward and legend, Mohamed Salah, and of course Marmoush. So yeah, I'm going to go second Egypt. It's going to be extremely tight, in my honest opinion, between Iran and Egypt. So yeah, New Zealand again, similar, a bit like Australia as well. It's a bit of, yeah, so I'm going to go Iran and New Zealand finishing fourth in Group H as well there, chat. So in terms of Group H, probably one of the groups that has got a lot of quality as well. Obviously, the tournament favourites for a lot of people. Obviously, España, Spain. Obviously, Yamal and that injury coming into the tournament. You do wonder how much of an impact that will have, in all honesty. So it's going to be fascinating, in all honesty, Reds. So, yeah, Spain finishing first. Uruguay, I just expect, yeah, Spain, Uruguay. Yeah, Uruguay finishing second. Saudi Arabia finishing third, and Cape Verde as well finishing fourth. And then obviously the tournament favourites, of course, being France. This one's going to be a knock very close between Senegal and Norway. But I think there's a lot more of the quality spaced around the team in Senegal. Norway finishing third, and of course Iraq finishing fourth. So the last couple of groups now, you've got Groups J, Group K and Group L as well. So Argentina, I've got them finishing top in that group. Austria finishing second, then Algeria finishing third, and Jordan finishing Fourth, Group K, as I said, Portugal, one of my favourites to go all the way to the final this tournament. So I'm going to go Portugal first. I'm going to go Colombia second. And of course, Congo, the Republic finishing third. And Uzbekistan finishing fourth as well in Group K. I think the manager is Fabio Cannavaro, if I'm right, chat. Or he's in that technical setup anyway for Uzbekistan. So in terms of England's Group L as well. Come on, Croatia and Panama and Ghana. Come on. So, but yeah, you'd expect England to finish top. If they don't, then there'd be a big surprise, in all honesty. It's for me, it's going to be a lot more tighter in relation to obviously Panama and Ghana as well. But I expect Croatia to finish second. I'd go Panama, and then I'd go Ghana finishing in fourth as well. So in terms of what we've got to do now is pick the best third place teams in that finished third anyway. So Morocco for me would be there, Algeria, Korea the Republic as well, Norway certainly, Ivory Coast as well, Sweden. So how many more have we got here? Two more. Yeah, so I'd say it's not a lot of quality in all honesty left between the other teams. Yeah, I suppose I'll have to go USA and I'll go Canada just because the host nations as well. So we've picked 8 teams there in the third place playoffs. So in terms of picking the knockouts as well, so the groups have been finished there, chat. So we are heading into the round of 32 in regards to who we're expecting. For me, it's going to be Germany. Then you're going into France versus Sweden. I'm expecting France to win that one as well. Mexico versus Bosnia-Herzegovina. I'm going to go Mexico on that. I just think they'll deal with a lot better with the conditions, in all honesty. Obviously, Bosnia's got a lot of quality, but I think that Bosnia side is a lot more older than certainly the Mexican side anyway. Netherlands versus Scotland. Sadly, Scotland will be eliminated by Netherlands if it was to finish the way I expect it to anyway. Colombia versus Croatia. I'd expect Colombia to progress into the last 16 as well. Spain versus Austria. This game I do feel will be a lot more tighter than I would anticipating, or I'm anticipating, sorry. Apologies here, Chas. Just move that as well. There we go, Chas. Apologies. So that's what I'm thinking anyway. Do drop a like on the video as well. Massively helps out everyone, as I said. So in terms of Spain, yeah, that will be a tight game, in all honesty, for me, chat. The Spain-Austria. Austria have got a lot of quality, but they're not beating Spain, in all honesty. Then looking at Turkey versus Canada. Turkey progressing past Canada for me. And Belgium versus Korea. I'm not 100% fussed on Belgium, chat. You've got the more Premier League and European pedigree within the side. Yeah, but I've got, I'm going to go Korea there. It might be probably against what everyone thinks anyway, but I've got a feeling that I just don't rate Belgium, in all honesty. Brazil versus Japan. Japan will give them an absolute good going anyway in terms of trying to get at them. But yeah, Brazil should be too strong for them anyway. This is probably one of the best of the last 32 games in terms of the quality wise. Very, very evenly balanced. Big up there, Jen. Evening all, mates. And Chas, get your predictions in for the who you expect to win the tournament. Jen, we're going to do chock-a-block with watch-alongs anyway, mate. Hope you're well. So yeah, everyone strap yourselves in for the tournaments. I do enjoy. If no one did watch like 4 years ago, I covered quite a large majority of the World Cup games anyway. Just love watching football like all of us anyway. So yeah, in terms of this one, I'm expecting Ecuador. Obviously, Ecuador's record coming into this tournament, I think they're on an unbeaten 18 unbeaten run anyway. Do like to keep a clean sheet as well. Really good defensively, so I'm going to go with Ecuador. And then looking at the final last couple of games, Morocco versus Czech Republic. I'm going to go Morocco on that one. Obviously, African Cup of Nations finalists. England versus Norway. Come on, Norway. But you'd expect England to progress past Erling Haaland and the lads. Argentina versus Uruguay. That's going to be one kicking match. They are going to be volleying each other up and down the pitch on that game. But Argentina, too much quality in that regard. Unless Darwin Núñez does an absolute worldie this tournament. Australia versus Egypt. Bit of a weird one, in all honesty, chat. I'm going to go, in terms of who can deal with the... Yeah, I'm going to go Australia for that one, chat. And again, Australia versus Argentina. I'm pretty sure that was a fixture in the last 18 in the last World Cup. I think it was. But Switzerland versus Algeria. Switzerland progressing. And the final last 32 tie. A lot of quality in this game again. Portugal versus Ivory Coast as well. But I'd expect Portugal to progress. So we'll quickly go up to the top. Now, obviously, the last 16 ties, chat, do let us know who you expect to, obviously, yeah, Jen was the announced Real Madrid manager, fair enough. It's going to be interesting, Jen, and chat, Jose Mourinho back at Real Madrid. Is that a second or third time anyway now? That's a bit of it's mad, isn't it, mate, in all honesty, but I suppose the quality in terms of managers around world football at the minute, it's just sadly not there, is it? That's all. But just get who you expect to win the World Cup. Who would you like to win the World Cup? Who do you think will be the surprise packages of the tournament, and who do you think will disappoint, and the standout players as well? But in terms of looking at the last 16, that's going to be some game and a half. But again, France will have, for me personally, too much quality for Germany, in all honesty. Mexico versus Netherlands. Mexico, again, obviously one of the host nations. It's going to be... You expect Netherlands to go through on that, but you know what? No, I'm going to pick Mexico, chat. I do think they'll have a really good tournament, in all honesty. So yeah, no... No, Netherlands, no, thinking about the quality in the team, De Jong, yeah, Dumfries and all that. Yeah, Netherlands should progress in that game. Colombia versus Spain, chat. Again, that's going to be some game and a half. That a lot of quality. Of course, the previous Euros finalists, Spain. But yeah, Luis Diaz doing really well for club and country over the last 12 months. Since he's left Liverpool, he's continued to score goals, not just for Bayern Munich, but for the international game as well. Being the big standout player in that Colombia side. But yeah, I'm going to go Spain in that one. It's going to be Spain, yeah, I feel. Anyway, it's going to be a lot more tighter than maybe 1 or 2 goals in it early. Turkey versus Korea, it will be Turkey anyway. So in terms of the quarterfinals, chat, we're getting into the big time as well now. So Spain beating Turkey, in my honest opinion. So they're the first team to book their place into the semi-finals. Netherlands versus France. In a bit, Netherlands, you just about squeaked past Mexico, but France will have too much for Netherlands anyway. Easy. So, the semi-finals, chat, we are looking at France, in my honest opinion. France versus Spain. And, of course, the other finalists will be, I feel, Brazil beating Ecuador. And Morocco versus England. It will be, for me, England beating Monaco in the last 16 round, obviously, in Brazil versus, sorry there, chat. So looking, yeah, so in terms of the other teams, France booking their place in the quarterfinals. Spain versus Turkey, they're into the semi-finals. I think Spain will beat Turkey. And then looking at the other results, Brazil beating Ecuador in the last 16. So it will be a Brazil versus England quarter-final. For me, Brazil will beat England. Yeah, just got too much quality, Brazil. I think the pace in the transition against England, I think Brazil will absolutely batter England in the quarterfinals anyway. So you're looking at the other fixtures left. Obviously, Argentina beating Australia anyway, and Portugal versus Switzerland. So you're looking at one of the other quarterfinal games. For me, I'm going Portugal beating Argentina in the quarterfinals anyway. Especially if Argentina don't get loads of penalties anyway. For me, it will be too strong, Portugal against Argentina. So you're looking at the semi-finals. In my honest opinion, you're looking at Brazil versus Portugal, and then you're looking at France versus Spain. For me, France beating Spain in the semi-final, I do feel. And then in the other semi-final, Brazil versus Portugal. I think Portugal will beat the South Americans, Brazil, anyway. And the final, I've anticipated it to be, anyway, will be between, if it wants to move up, hello? I don't know why that's not moving up, chat. Hello? So there you go. The final, I feel it will be in New York, New Jersey Stadium on the 16th of July. I've anticipated it to be a final between France and Portugal. And chat, I honestly do feel it will be Portugal. It's going to be tight, isn't it? It's a battle of the midfields, in all honesty. Portugal have got the best midfield in the tournament, I do think. It's going to be mad. Yeah, I'm going to go France. France will win this tournament because of their forward line. For me, I feel Portugal, obviously, João Neves, Vitinha, obviously Bruno Fernandes as well. The back line is really good for Portugal. Obviously, João Mendes left back. Got so much quality. Yeah, obviously I was just thinking about Ronaldo. Yeah, I do think it will be a Portugal-France final. That's going to be very tight, but I've got a feeling it will be France winning the tournament anyway. No, you know what? No, I'm going to go Portugal. Chat, yeah, no, I'm going to go Portugal. So chat, it's going to be extremely tight, but that's just my honest opinion anyway. Chat, let us know who do you think will win the World Cup. But yeah, it's going to be a flip of a coin, that final. Really, a lot more tighter than what we've seen in recent tournaments as well. But for me, yeah, I do think Portugal... No, you know what? I've changed it again. No, I'm going with France. I'm going with me brain as much. Yeah, my heart's saying Portugal, but my head's thinking France. Yeah, it's got to be France. The forward line, Desiree Doué, Dembele, so much quality. Elise, yeah, don't know, I forgot about Elise, but yeah, chat. That's so for me. That is my winner, France. But I do think it will be it's a great result if Portugal do get all the way to the final as well. Obviously, a lot to be made of. Obviously, Cristiano Ronaldo. Obviously, Messi winning the last World Cup. He got his hands on one of the final opportunities he'll have, Messi. But yeah, chat, let us know your thoughts on that. But yeah, in the comment section below, who do you expect to win the World Cup? Who are the winners and who are the riders anyway? And who's mainly disappointed you in the World Cup this season? The World Cup this tournament anyway. So just quickly go back as we are fastly approaching kickoff, 13 minutes away from the first game in the Maracanã in Mexico, and we are very closely getting underway. Obviously, host nations USA, Mexico, and Canada as well. Hopefully, we do have a very, very, very good tournament anyway, and we are talking about the football most importantly as well. So, bear in 1 second here, chat. So there you go. Let's head back over to. So there we go, chat. Yeah, a big up there, Zane. Obviously, just reading through all your comments as well. Jose has been announced. Jen, yeah, you got announced, mate. Who are we going for? The Cup. I'm torn between Brazil and Spain. Jen, it's going to be interesting, mate, isn't it? Brazil, Spain. I think you can't go really wrong with anyone picking Spain. Obviously, Yamal, obviously going all the way to the final of the last Euros anyway. Spain a very good technical team, as we know. Obviously the likes of Pedri. Obviously, I think Gavi's injured coming into this tournament. But he's still got quality across the pitch anyway. Obviously, Cucurella, obviously Llorente, obviously Dean Huijsen. There's so much quality within that Spain side. Obviously, I think is the Williams. Obviously, that club plays for Athletic Club. I think he was injured coming into this tournament. I don't know if he is anyway, but yeah, it's going to be interesting in all honesty, Jen. But so you're going Brazil or Spain to win it? It's going to be funny, innit, Brazil, when you look at their squad in terms of, hopefully Alisson is fully fit for the tournament. We'd all love Ali to do really well. Vinny Jr., of course, but you look at Rayan, obviously come into the Brazilian national side not too long ago anyway. He's done really well since he's come into the Premier League. Like, Brazil's forward line is really exciting, and especially, Jen, and chat, Carlo Ancelotti as well. And apologies there before, chat, on obviously the voting for me completely. I don't know how I completely forgot that Carlo Ancelotti is the manager of Brazil. That in itself, a manager of that caliber can win you any tournament. Just look what he done with Real Madrid. In terms of when he had Vinicius Jr., Casemiro, and the great players he had as Real Madrid manager. I don't even know. I think Zidane managed Casemiro and the lads. But yeah, but Ancelotti, you can certainly get a tune out of that Brazilian side anyway. A lot of quality. Bruno Guimaraes as well. Gabriel of Arsenal, the centre half. Gabriel Marquinhos. It's a bit mad though. It is 2026, and I think is it Santos, Sandro, sorry, the former Juve left back. He's still playing again. He's like Ochoa, and you got some old veterans in this tournament. Alex Sandro, the former Juve fullback, anyway. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, the fullback positions for that Brazilian side anyway, because I think they've only just recently, just a couple of days ago, before they officially locked in the Brazilian squad anyway. Is it the Brazilian midfielder? The former Atalanta midfielder, Ederson. The lad that's going to Manchester United anyway. I think they're going to be utilising him as a right back, which is a bit mad. But he is a defensive-minded midfielder. But obviously the full-back that plays for Roma, what's his name? He got injured this week. I think it was this week or the week before anyway. So he's going to be missing out in the tournament as well. So it's going to be fascinating. And yeah, we are 10 minutes away from kick-off, chat, in the Maracanã. So we've had in Mexico City, we've had a bit of everything really. But yeah, the Mexicans do love the football as well, chat. The Liga Mexica. Obviously, I think it was Ramos was playing in the Mexican League. I think it was last season anyway. You got so many veterans. And it was Santos as well, the lad that used to play for was it Tottenham? Yeah, he had a bit of a weird career. The former, obviously, Mexican forward. Obviously, he played the majority of his time in the MLS anyway when he did depart Tottenham. I mean, it was Andre Santos. I think he was the right winger anyway, wasn't he? But yeah, obviously Marquez, obviously the famous centre-half defensive midfielder. Hugo Sanchez as well. Don't worry, I wasn't alive back then, but very highly regarded Mexican forward. Obviously used to play for Real Madrid as well. So they have got some legendary figures. But yeah, obviously Hugo Sanchez wasn't the tallest of players, but he was a fox in the box, really, wasn't he? And obviously he used to play for Real Madrid. I think it was Real Madrid anyway. But yeah, sadly, Mexico haven't got a forward on that level of Hugo Sanchez. But Raul Jimenez will certainly have to do the job this tournament. So yeah, make sure you do drop a like on the video as well, chat. If you haven't already done so, massively helps out. And if you are tuning in for the first time tonight, so the next, as you can see on the channel, chat, if you look on the tabs as well, we've scheduled, tried to get ahead as much as I possibly can. I've got up until, where am I up to in terms of the schedule on that one? I am up to the Brazil versus Morocco game on the 13th of June. So, and there we go. Infantino as well. It's just football. Just get down to the football, if I'm being honest, chat. It does me head in when the people running the organisations, of course, they've done tireless work in terms of setting up the tournament, but yeah, sadly, we see the news as well. Was it this week? The Somalian referee not being able to come into obviously the United States, which is very disappointing anyway. Obviously given his quality as a referee, but it looks like he is now obviously wasn't being allowed into the United States. Obviously, I think it was like visas or some issues as well anyway. But America's America anyway. I'd love to go one day. It would be amazing. But again, very expensive. But yeah, so America done the checks anyway. But obviously that lad, the Somalian referee, will be refereeing, I think, the final of obviously the Super Cup as well. So yes, he'll be missing out on the World Cup, but he won't be missing out. He's been given the final of obviously the Super Cup between Paris Saint-Germain against Aston Villa. So Unai Emery and I was going to say then, just so yeah, between those managers anyway. So yeah, but so yeah, chat, it's going to be fascinating finding out. I say, yeah, just imagine being a player, man. It's your dream, innit? This stadium, legendary stadium. Chat, does anyone know the capacity of the Azteca? I think it's easy. It's 100,000. It's one of the greatest stadiums in world football anyway, if not the best. I swear it's got like 100. I'm gonna have to check this now, but I'm pretty sure it's I'm gonna check there. Or if anyone knows, get it in there in the comments. Stadio Azteca. I think it's 100k. Capacity. Oh, no, 83, but even still, 83,264 is a lot of people to put into a stadium, chat. Still huge. A huge stadium. The largest stadium in Latin America and the 8th largest associated football stadium in the world as well. So yeah, it's a big one. And if you're a footballer, obviously, this is what it's all about, the FIFA World Cup. Obviously, the South African national anthem is going on here, chat. But yeah, keep on getting your comments in as well, Reds. Spain impressed me at the last World Cup. Yeah, they done well, mate, didn't they? Yeah, they do have a great squad, Jen. 100%. A very, very good squad. So, we are 3 minutes away from first game of the World Cup getting underway. Just going through the usual anyway. But that's, as I say, if you are new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. If you are new to Anfield Road TV as well, you're absolute legends. And I hope you will enjoy the streams. It's always a joy to do them anyway. I'm finding out all about these new players as well. New players. One second, just. Mexican national anthem as well now. You're looking at like the Mexico squad as well. I need to check. Chucky Lozano. Let's have a little look. Obviously, Chucky Lozano, the former Napoli winger anyway. Is he on the bench for them? So you got Alvarez, obviously the former West Ham midfielder, former Ajax midfielder as well. He's on the bench. Chat, does anyone know if I don't know if they included Lozano in the bench in the squad. Sorry there, chat. Yeah, he mustn't have gone to the World Cup. Unless he must be injured anyway. Interesting. As I said, chat, we'll be back live for the USA versus Paraguay game. That will be at 2 o'clock. Well, we'll be live at, what time is it? So yeah, we'll be live. Obviously, South Korea, Czechia. It's that one. Yeah, we'll be live for that one. We'll be live at 2 o'clock in the morning for that one. And there we go. The Mexico flag flying over the stadium. So yeah, Korea. South Korea versus Czechia. Czech Republic. Mr. C, how are we, lad? Good to see you in the comments, bud. And chat, hope you're all well. Well, had a very good Thursday afternoon, whatever you've been up to anyway. Mr. C, who do you expect to win the tournament, fella? Who are your tournament favourites? Or has anyone got anyone in the work sweepstake or the family sweepstake? If some of you's got like some of the worst teams, it's always rigged them, aren't they? But yeah, as I said before, chat, I do think it will be a France-Portugal final. If it goes the way I think it will be anyway for this World Cup. But the conditions are certainly going to play a big part anyway, in terms of across the whole World Cup anyway. Big up there, Scouts. How are we, la? A lovely picture there as well of our Diogo. But yeah, big up there, Scouts. How you well, mate? Chat, who have you got as tournament favourites? Or finalists, anyway. But yeah, it's on now, chat, anyway. If you want to sync up your commentary, you can certainly do so. If you want 1 second there, chat. There we go, chat. Do, 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 do. What is it, chat? There we go. We are close. Chat. Apologies about that text. I'll have to wait. Scout, France for you, mate. Apologies about that, chat. I'll have to sort that out. I'll make that a bit more bigger, the scoreboard anyway. And we are underway here in Mexico. Mexico shooting from left to right. And South Africa in the yellow and green kits. So 5.5 weeks of more football chat. Strap yourselves in. Hopefully we have a very good tournament. And we can remember some very fond, great moments. Apologies here, chat. Let's quickly. Is that working? There you go, chat. Apologies. Sorted. There you go. Is that okay, chat? That scoreboard, you see? Yeah, there you go. Sorted. Well, yeah, only 2 minutes on the clock. Not been too much. Just a load of boos and jeers. Sounding like Goodison Park anyway. Jack, A score predictions in tonight. Who are you expecting to win this game? Scouse gone 3-0 for Mexico. Yeah. As I said, Scouse and Chat, like all of us, that's why I love doing the watch-longs in any footballing tournament, really. But especially with the World Cup, there's probably loads of players that we'll find out about, really. And you never know, they could be coming to a Premier League side in the future as well. And I'm excited to watch the Ivory Coast games as well, though. Reds, apologies there. Let's quickly move that there. I'm excited to see the big up there, Scouse. There was a foul here from South Africa on Reyes. Yeah, a bit of a late challenge, nothing too malicious there from the South African defender. But Mexico got a good free kick here. 25-30 yards from goal. Right hand side the penalty box. As you know, the Mexican team not got too many big players in the box. It's not like if you're going to play like Czech Republic or they've got absolute land of the giants in it. Mexico with the free kick here now. It's going to be, looks like it's going to be a right footer. He's going for the shot there. A bit of a weird one. It's at the wall anyway. Raul Jimenez leading the line for Mexico. Ball into the box of Mexico. Big save by Williams. That's a fantastic save by the South African goalkeeper. Low down to his right hand side. Raul Jimenez. He hit that crisply there on his left boot. Thankfully for the South African team, it's at the goalkeeper. It's not just quite in the bottom corner. But Mexico with a quick corner. Punched by Williams. Ball back into the far stick. Away by South Africa. The ball's still alive at the far stick. And South Africa just about and look like they cleared it, but still alive for Mexico. There's a possibility of a counter-attack here now for South Africa. If Foster can get it right, there's a space opening up down the left. Foster, oh, that's an awful pass. And Rangel, the Mexican goalkeeper, is a very thankful man. Because I tell you what, from one end of Mexico nearly sticking that into the back of the net, and a case of 10, 15, 20 seconds, South Africa had a big opportunity to break away there. But Foster, Lyle Foster, the Burnley forward, couldn't just play that simple ball. It looked like a simple ball, but clearly lacked the execution on that counter-attack. Big opportunity missed in the early stages. It's a poor ball there. But it's going to be fascinating. If South Africa can provide that pace on the counter-attack that we've just seen, it looked like a 4-5-on-2, and then just due to the sheer pace and speed of Foster and Reyners, South Africa made it a 2-on-2. Yeah, but that says England. Yeah, England, given the quality of England's side, should be getting to at least the semis, if not the final. But again, it's going to be fascinating how Thomas Tuchel does utilise the quality in the side. Scouse has gone with France. I've gone France or Portugal winning the tournament for me, chat. I just think France's forward line just too good. But yeah, hopefully not. G4DL, yeah. What was that chat? Yeah. What did they say, Mr. C? Oh, what did they say, bud? Anyway. I was going to say, what did I say there, chat? What have I said? Did I say G4DL? Anyway, yeah. They're not playing anyway. But yeah, no, Ivory Coast, as I was saying there, chat. Ivory Coast, I'm looking forward to, mainly for Yan Diamande, chat. As we know, obviously a lot of quality. So we'll be live for that game. When's that on? So Ivory Coast are live on the 15th, I think I've got it on my notes. You're wondering why I'm looking over there. I've wrote down all the fixtures that we're going to be doing live. So, yeah, Ivory Coast on the 15th. That's going to be I think it's 11 p.m. kickoff. Or 11 p.m. live anyway. It's either 11 or 11 a.m. But we'll be covering that game anyway. Oh, the booze like it was good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's all good. Oh, you must be Mr. C, you might be behind here, bud. I think you might be behind. I'm going to say fast forward, lad. I'm going to say just so he's caught up. Obviously, chat, if you're watching in England anyway, in UK, it is on oh, Mexico have won the ball back here. Inside the penalty box. 1-0! Mexico! Quinos! Quinos! First goal, and it's only took them 8 minutes. I tell you, and that's why I do rate this Mexico side, chat. I don't know a lot of them, but from all the Mexican sides that I've watched down the years, they always put an absolute shift in big tournaments. So the hosts have made it 1-0 already, and Mexico 1-0 up, but it's just awful distribution from the South Africans in and around their own penalty box. Oh, that's a little naughty finish, that. Through the legs of the goalkeeper. In a bit, lads. Some people might say that's a bit of luck, but strikers practice. He's seen the goalie's legs be wide open, and he's like, yeah, no, put that into the back of the net. But so poor by South Africa. But Mexico, they sense a bit of blood, really, and they're probably going to just go for it now. Or will South Africa reply? Scouse, yes, you can, that. Chat, do you remember was it when the South African World Cup? Chat, was that 2012? Was that the 2012 World Cup? Remember that first, one of the opening goals on that night? I think South Africa, was it 1-1 or 2-0? But we all remember that absolute rocket or screamer from Shabalala. With that Jabulani that was moving left, right, up and down. Moving. What's the referee wearing there? There's a Cameron on his head. It is obviously the microphone anyway, but it looks like something from 2070. Some future tech or something. But yeah. Hugo Broos, head coach of South Africa, he won't be happy. Probably would have been telling them all week, don't be just messing about with the ball at the back. But obviously Mexico started this game very lively as well, chat. Really closing down not just the defenders of South Africa, but the forward and the midfielders. So Quinos, number 16 for South Africa, for Mexico, sorry, chat. He's one of the players that I do know anyway, mainly because obviously he's played in the Saudi League. He's 29, Mexico's goal scorer. Just quickly, I'm pretty sure he scored a load of goals this season. Yeah, plays in the Saudi League for El Qadesi. He's played 35 games, scored 37 goals and assisted 4 in the Saudi Pro League. And the year before that as well, he scored 25 goals in 33 games. And it's a ball over the top here now for Raul Jimenez to close down. And he's done well there to get a corner out of that. Done well to just really poor defending. But you're looking at his career. Obviously, he used to play for Tigres in Mexico as well. The goal scorer. Little time at Atlas as well. Don't worry, Chas. Just having a little look as well. So, yeah, 2 years in the Saudi Pro League. He's had a very big goal scoring campaign. Ball into the box. Mexico free header. Raul Jimenez should be putting hands to the back of the net there, Chas. Unmarked at the front post. No one was really challenging there. They're very surprisingly. But a big opportunity missed there. We haven't already done so. Do drop a like on the video as well, chat. Massively does help out. We were just tuning in anyway. It was Quinos. And you're going to love some of my great pronunciations this tournament, chat. I'll try my best. And apologies if there's anyone watching from these countries. Try my best. Ball forward. Oh yeah, if you are tuning in, Mexico have had the better of the start in this game, of course. 1-0 up, obviously Quinos just getting that goal. Wondering what happened. It was just poor defensive communication and build-up, really, from the South African backline. Silly loss of possession, in all honesty. It's a foul on Mexico's number 8. Yeah, I got the referees. Oh, yeah, it's the camera chat. You know, it's the new in thing to do for referees now, isn't it? Like where obviously the ref cams in the Premier League. But he got a very good view of that goal anyway behind the Mexican winger. It's a foul down this left-hand side. There's a free kick to South Africa in their own half. I think they'll be happy just to take a bit more time and try and form some bit of rhythm, really, when they've got the ball. It's been very sloppy at the minute. I haven't really ventured over past the halfway line on too many of occasions so far. Lyle Foster. There's a bit of space down the right hand side if they can force it down there. They found it there, South Africa. Sotole trying to play a difficult ball into Foster. But as we'll see in this tournament, chat, just teams are very good structurally. A lot of teams won't ideally not be wanting to progress past the halfway line. I'm very surprised that's not a yellow card. And yeah, the referee's got his first yellow card out there because there's been a couple of them, chat. It's a yellow card for South Africa. I think that is Silhol as well. Mexico's number 13, is it? Oh no, number 4, sorry. McIndoe, obviously one of the midfielders playing in that midfield three for South Africa. Yeah, they've had a couple of challenges like that, chat. Mexico doing really well, just having a lot more composure and just sidestepping the South African midfielders. Just got to be very careful on that. South Africa, they don't start picking up silly, needless yellow cards, in all honesty. But yeah, chat, how have you been anyway? You been good? We've all been well. And yeah, and just really to pass the time before we get into the new season for Liverpool, chat. Looking forward to it. Obviously with Andoni. Andoni's in now, so should be a good season. An exciting season, to say the least, watching Liverpool. Hopefully we see a much more... we will see a much improved, better style of football as well. I know everyone goes, obviously winning is important. Like, obviously winning trophies is obviously very, 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 very important. But I think the manner in which you're playing games of football, if you go in the ground, if you're travelling away or around Europe as well, style of play is very important, not just for Liverpool, but for any footballing side. If you're playing the ground, or even if you're watching at home or whatever, just got to enjoy watching what you see anyway, haven't you? Yeah. Where is it? When Liverpool scored with Luis Diaz, all the Sky cameras, they didn't show any replays, did they, for like half an hour? Well, yeah. The maddest one was in the last World Cup, wasn't it? Was mad how many penalties Messi got, wasn't it? But he scored them all. I think the majority of them anyway. But still. Quinos, I'll tell you what, chat, my man scored loads of goals coming into this tournament in Saudi. Keep an eye on this fella for the tournament, chat. Let me see, already scored a goal today. But I tell you, he's just shooting with every opportunity, and it wasn't too far away, that, from Mexico's number 16. Raul Jimenez is getting a telling off there by the referee. I think he infringed on the penalty area too quick there. Did anyone see the what was it? Was it the Nike or the Adidas advert? I think it was the Nike advert. Thoughts on it? It was a bit of a throwback to the it was the Nike World Cup advert. It was a big throwback to like the old classic Nike adverts that they used to do. Obviously with Ronaldinho and R9 and the legendary players. I think it encapsulated a bit of the old school style about it. It was good. This is much better by South Africa, but the Niall Foster, that is awful. In all, that's another foul on a Mexican player there. Tell you what, South Africa got to be very careful. Referee's biding his time here. He's doing well because that is just a crazy challenge on that angle from South Africa's number 20. Other referees, Moando as well, and he's just referees here. Yeah, he's telling him to calm down. You can be frustrated as well, but first group game of the World Cup, you don't want to be getting sent off. Especially with 1-0 down anyway. He's done well there, Mexico. Tell you what, the link-up play so far for the hosts, really good. Ball into the box, cleared. South Africa found that loose ball. So it's going to be throw in to Mexico down the right-hand side. So yeah, not too bad footballers, those lads. Baggio, Cafu, Roberto Carlos. Chat. Everyone goes on about how good Baggio was, and he was a good player, but for people that actually watched him, like, was he good? Like, everyone speaks very highly of him, especially in Italy, or people that watched him anyway, but it's awful. What's the Mexican goalkeeper doing here? He's appealing for a handball there. Outside the penalty box there, South Africa, but it's weird. A bit late there going down, isn't he? I was going to say, and there's a foul here on a South African player, and there's another yellow card coming out here. Mexico's first yellow card of the game, and it's for their number 26. Gutierrez as well. Let's have a little look at that. He's played that, isn't he? I tell you what, he's bought one there. But yeah, just looking at that strange decision by the Mexico goalkeeper, not just paddying that really, and for another better forward there, I think it would have caused the Mexican goalkeeper a lot more hassle than it was originally. So there's going to be a free kick here for South Africa. They'll be getting the water break in a little second as well, which is understandable. It will be the biggest theme, consistent as well throughout this tournament. They're, of course, getting liquids, given the extensive heat and the conditions. It's important. So South Africa here with a great opportunity to put a ball into the box. Ball in. He's still got it. The second ball here. It fell down the left-hand side. A long searching ball again. Won by Mexico. Possible breakaway here down the left if you can get it right. No, it's going to be a goal kick there for the Mexican goalkeeper. That will be the first drinks break of the World Cup. Yeah, big up there, to say. Obviously, I think everyone watched a bit of the African Cup of Nations as well, and obviously the crazy final that it was. Obviously, Morocco versus Senegal. Morocco won it, then it was awarded to Senegal. I don't even know who actually won that tournament eventually. I think it was Morocco anyway. It was just madness. But yeah, it's difficult to say, especially with the amount of games that do get played. Like, everyone goes, footballers, yeah, they get paid a lot of money, but at the end of the day, the players do need rest as well. Like, and for me, hopefully it doesn't impact this tournament or impact next season as well, mainly for Liverpool as well. Like, just so many games these footballers are playing as well. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. That could play into the hands in a positive and a negative way, and depending on the team, Mr. C, in all honesty. Some teams might be a bit more fresher, but obviously the players that play on the continent, really, that we watch, obviously in the Champions League, and the Premier League, and Bundesliga, Serie A as well. But it's going to be very, very interesting. Yeah, African Cup of Nations, yeah, that wasn't too long ago anyway, that one. But yeah, that's why I love the World Cup, mate. Probably like all of us, finding out because the majority of both teams I don't know too much of. I'll just be honest anyway. But find out some new players, seeing what they're all about. And that's what obviously all the scouts will be doing. Obviously you'll have like scouts for Liverpool and you're around Europe. They'll be going to the United States, or even sat at home, like what we're doing anyway, and watching all the games, having have a little eye on some of the players, because you never know. there could be some hidden gems out there. Anyway, just as long as you keep Brighton and Brentford away from signing any of them anyway. Because they'll probably know already about them anyway, how good their scouting system is. But yeah, if you haven't already done so as well, chat, do drop a like on the video. Massive does help out. Obviously, Mexico 1-0 up. Quinos, obviously the goal scorer this evening in the opening 10 minutes of this game. South Africa with the ball at the minute. So the drinks break is over. Obviously, if you're wondering, obviously, will that be getting added on? It will be. So, long searching ball here for South Africa. Dealt well by Mexico. Obviously, one of the best Mexican players anyway, Rafael Marquez. Obviously, the former Barcelona. Obviously, he was a defensive midfielder and he could play centre-half as well, wasn't he? Very experienced Mexican player, and there's a possibility here for Mexico down the left. Quinos, the goal scorer, needs a bit of support here from his left back. He's found that. He's done that really well so far, the Mexican side. Little 1-2s in and around the penalty box. It's a bit of a strange ball all the way back to the centre half. Back to the goalkeeper as well now. Just about done the job anyway. Seems to getting that ball from back to front very quickly. Possession-wise, Mexico 56% possession to 38 of South Africa. And they're in here. Gutierrez. Mexico inside the penalty box. Just about done enough there, the South African centre-half. Great positional play. Well, Gutierrez really getting in a promising position there. For me, should have just got that, shifted that ball out of his feet a bit more quicker, really. Just the ball got stuck under his feet. Alvarado. Oh yeah, what a touch that was. Mexico first time cross. Comfortable. Oh, South African goalkeeper. For obviously Williams there. Well, 30 minutes in here, chat. Obviously, Mexico 1-0 up through Quinos. Obviously, is applying his trade in the Saudi Pro League. So yeah, that's some record, that. Mexico played like 60 odd years. They've only lost 2 games at the Stadio Azteca. Not too bad of a record, that, is it? That's all for Mexico. You think about the teams that have rocked up to this stadium. Oh, not too bad indeed. Only 2 losses in 60 years. Not too bad. Ball forward here now, a long searching ball. That's to no one really. Just trying to catch a bit of a breath both sides here. A bit of a breather until they can go again. No, Jimenez. Poor. Say, some of the distribution at the back here. Long searching ball here. Can they keep it in here? South Africa, Diane. Number 6, ball into the box. He was offside though. So it's going to be extremely tight there. I don't think he was offside. Let's have a little look. Yeah, he's a good. Yeah, on that angle, he's about 5 yards offside there. Really poor, in all honesty, because he's got the pace to really get that ball. In honesty, he would have had the run on the fullback. There we go. All the way back to the Mexico goalkeeper. Poor touch there. Poor touch by Gallardo. South Africa trying to get that ball into play as quickly as they possibly can. Moziba's got a bit of pace and a bit of space down that left, but South Africa on the edge of the penalty box. Now Foster inside the penalty box. Again, his passing has been disastrous so far. Absolutely awful. The Burnley forward. Because they've been through on a couple of occasions. Rudy Voller, Peo, David Silva. Not too bad, that. So you wonder how much those lads would be costing in today's market. Possible breakaway yet for Mexico. Space down the right hand side. Eldorado. Overlap and run from the right hand side. So it's going to be a throw in. We see South Africa setting up in a 5-back system. You know what they're going to be trying to do. Just sit behind, soak up pressure. But as we said, if you miss the first opening goal for Mexico, just poor distribution from South Africa at the back. Real sloppiness in terms of their passing. Quinos. Mexico on the byline. Ball in. And thankfully it fell into the arms of Williams. The South African goalkeeper. But that was far too easy for Mexico to get inside the penalty box. One touch out with his feet and he's in on the byline. Muda, number 20, the South Africa needs to be doing much, much better. Just show up your fullback. Get at your winger, really. But yeah, 10 minutes left to go here. Probably will be, obviously, 2, 3, probably even 4 or 5 minutes added on. Obviously, there's been quite a fair chunk of fouls. But as we were saying before, chat, like, now Foster, he's been the fella that's just messing up all the attacks. And when you've got your striker being your main focal point as well, he should be the fella trying to link up play. But yeah, like, South Africa had some promising counter-attacking opportunities. But when it fell into the vicinity or in and around for Foster, he's just messed it up for South Africa. I've seen no shots on target at all for South Africa at the minute. They'll be wanting that to change very quickly, but I'd say the second goal here for Mexico would be a real dagger. Ball down the right. Mudal. As said, chat, we'll be back live tonight or in the morning anyway. It's going to be a goal kick there again, Forster. South Africa trying to just get that a long searching ball to the far stick. First shot they've had for Foster. There was just lacking the execution on that, really. But yeah, in terms of the next game chat we'll be doing, obviously, sadly, not doing every single game of the obviously of the World Cup chat. We'll do as many as we possibly can anyway, or as I possibly can. But yeah, we'll be back live for South Korea versus Czechia, and that will be live at 2 o'clock. So if you get your notification, we're live again. Both of those sides will have hopefully they'll have a lot more of European players that I certainly know a lot more about. But I'll go here. So as we approach the 40th minute mark, I think the hosts will be very happy with the way they've started the chat. What do you reckon? I think being 1-0 up as early as you possibly can, and there's like a late challenge. A very, very late challenge. I think that was on Lira as well. The Mexican defensive midfielder. Let's have a little look. They'll be getting checked for VAR. But he's absolutely taking him out there. Let's have a little look at this from another angle. Yeah, he's just absolutely taking him out. Not malicious there, but as they're coming together, where certainly not getting up quick enough. Possibles of Mexico counter-attack if they can get it right. Gutierrez down the right. Poor touch there by Alvaldo on the right-hand side. Didn't quite get the right touch on that. Let him down. Yeah, chat, we'll be doing the Ivory Coast game, and it'll be good to check out. Obviously, Yan Diamande. Obviously, Ivory Coast team has certainly got a lot better over the last couple of seasons, anyway. And a lot of the African teams have really progressed a lot. You look at Morocco. Obviously, they got to the semi-finals of the last World Cup. They were one of the for people that haven't watched Morocco or whatnot. But yeah, they got to the semi-finals of the Qatar World Cup anyway. But a lot of money is being invested into, obviously, African football, which has been much needed anyway. But I think the exposure of, obviously, you look at players like Minter going to Minter going to Brighton as well, doing really well, and other players from the African continent. Big save. Should be 2-0 that. Just escaped Raul Jimenez. Millimetres away. It was a fantastic ball down this left-hand side. I think he would have been offside slightly, Raul Jimenez. But yeah, just trying to get a toe on that. But an outstretched save by Williams between the South African sticks. Well, it would have been interesting if that ball fell into the back of the net. I think Raul would have been slightly just offside. But there's space here now for Mexico on the counter-attack. Alvarado! Off the post! Quinos again. Could have made that the second goal for him and the second goal for Mexico. But I tell you what, excellent build-up play. What Mexico are doing really well when you break forward. They're getting it to the byline. But you know what? When you get to the byline or in around, the build-up play, they're cutting it across. And if the fella, when he cuts it across, they're laying it off perfectly. And Quinos just trying to slot that into the bottom right corner. He's went for accuracy over power on that scenario. But yeah, I tell you, been very impressed so far with Mexico with their build-up play. Pleasantly surprised, really. Just saying nothing of South Africa so far. They'll be wanting to change that quickly. But the space and the gaps are opening up here for Mexico if they can get it right. Opportunity here now. Kazi at the back there. So 2 minutes left of normal time here, Reds. Or chat. Any Mexico or South African fans anyway? If you are new, yes, we're a Liverpool channel, but we all love football. So do hit that subscribe button as well, everyone. So yeah, 2 minutes left here. I probably expect about 4 or 5 minutes added on. 3-4 minutes. Obviously with the water break as well, and there's been some couple of yellow cards dished out as well, so I expect a good 4 or 5 minutes added on. Corner for South Africa. They've gone short here. Whip it in on a different angle. It's away by Mexico. So it'll be interesting to see how... I'll tell you what, it's a good whack that, isn't it? That's from about 50 yards. Makawazi, the centre half. That's some left boot that fella's got on him. He's got a foot like a tractor engine. Because he absolutely levered that from a standing position. Roberto Carlos on the stands to be made up with that as well. It was a left-footed shot as well, but... Tell you what, that could have flew in there, chat. You're 45, 50 yards out. If it was the Jabulani from the South African World Cup, that would have flew into the back of the net. Would have been like a flyaway, just going all around the gaff. And then behind here, Quinos. I'd say I'm a bit surprised. Why is it South African goalkeeper not picked that up, really? Just dead gone moments at the minute in the first 45 minutes for this whole South African side. The decision making's been a bit suspect. So yeah, 4 minutes added on there, chat. Thought it would be. Oh, there, that's... Gallardo. So yeah, 4 minutes added on there, chat. See if South Africa can get one next big opportunity, but you expect Mexico just to see out this 4-minute spell here. Oh, we could be surprised. He's not gone down there. Mabedi. It's not going to be... It will be a goal kick there. He's fuming at the referee there, the South African left back. Mabedi. I'll tell you what, he's right there as well. That should be a corner. Tell you. Alvaro. Referee deemed him to have touched that ball, but there you know. South African manager's absolutely going berserk there. If you can understand. Oh, there could be another one last opportunity in this first 45 minutes for Mexico. What a ball that is inside the penalty box. That's so poor by Gutierrez. He's got so much space on the edge of the box. He can take another 2-3 touches there and set up Raul Jimenez. He's just toe-pegged that anyway. Absolutely toe-pegged that. It's like who's playing football. Yeah, it should have just squared that Scout, shouldn't he? Yeah. Big missed opportunity there to go 2-0 up. Yeah, the co-host anyway, Mexico. And I think that is half time. So chat. Mexico 1. South Africa 0. As well. So thoughts on that first opening 45 minutes. Like I said, been a bit surprised by how poor. In all honesty, South Africa not being the greatest. When it's got to the edge of the penalty area of Mexico's penalty area, for South Africa forced been really poor in terms of his inability of really just building up the play. Like, you've had a couple of breakaways, South Africa, and a couple of positive opportunities, but it's gone in and around Forster and the other South African forwards, and it's just not really happened so far. You do wonder, and I expect Mexico to win this game tonight anyway, but yeah, unless there's a huge, gigantic improvement in this second half from South Africa, I don't anticipate really them to really do much. So yeah, let us know your thoughts on that first opening 45-minute period for both sides anyway, chat. What really stood out for you? Just change the after one there we go. So yeah, chat, I'll be back in a little second. Just gonna get a quick drink, but yeah, do let us know your thoughts on the game so far. If you are new round here, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below as well. I'll be back in a little second and get a quick drink, and yeah, won't be too long. But nice one, everyone. If you are tuning in, as I said, we will be back live after tonight's live stream, doing the obviously the South Korea versus Czechia game that will be live tonight as well. So keep an eye on the channel for that. But chat, do let us know your thoughts on the game so far in the comment section below. What do you want to be seeing a bit more in the second half, or do you think Mexico we're expecting to run away with it? In all honesty, in the second half, I think they had too much in the opening 45, but I think in the second half, the game will open up a lot more than you'd expect given their quality that they've showed so far in this game. It will be very interesting. But chat, we'll be back in a sec. See you in a minute. How are we, chat? How are we? What's he and Mike fuming about here? Him and Roy Keane. Roy Keane's fuming about Sutton anyway. Face like thunder. But yeah, close to starting the second half as well. But chat, we will be live for the tomorrow morning as well. We'll be doing Liverpool content as well. Tomorrow morning. That'll be in the early, so put your bell notification on. Don't be worrying. We're doing a watch long, but we'll be doing Liverpool content as well in the morning. But Scouse or chat, anyone that's in here anyway, who have you got winning the tournament? So it'll be interesting from a point of view. I personally do feel Portugal, if they can get it right, can win the World Cup this season. I just mainly due to the fact that their midfields, the quality, Bruno Fernandes, João Neves, Vitinha as well. Those three midfields capable of beating any team, in all honesty, even that France side. If all three of them are on it. Obviously, with France, you got Desiree Doué, Dembele. Quality across the pitch. Elise. List is absolutely endless, really. You could probably name a load more. Tchouaméni. Camavinga's not been called up anyway. But look at Canate, Koundé, Saliba, Upamecano. Yeah, so you've got quality across the pitch, France. And even Kante. Kante's come back into a bit of form anyway the last 12 months. Obviously, even though he has gone to Saudi anyway, but from an international point of view, I think from what I've looked at, and this is some French journalists as well, he's done really well. He's really got back up to the levels, not obviously Kante or Chelsea levels or Leicester levels anyway, but he can still do a very good job, especially in a tournament like the World Cup. But the only thing I do feel is Portugal with the forward line. Obviously, Rafael Leao, you've got Rafael Leao, Ronaldo, and the other lad as well, João Felix, who's got a fair chunk of goals in the Saudi League this season, though. But interesting. Yes, I'll probably what. Sorry, David. Sorry, Charles. Move that back. First half probably was what we expected, but it still probably open up even more in a second. It depends how much. Yeah, hopefully, mate. And when you look, especially if you'll be supporting England, Scotland, whoever, winning that first group game is so vital. Even when we used to play the actual proper, when we had a proper Champions League group stages, and there was 4 teams in the group, none of this nonsense of everyone in just one group anyway. Means more money for the clubs anyway, but even if you do finish first or second, you can still get Paris Saint-Germain, as we found out over the last 2 years. So yeah. But yeah, you should go for it, mister. Oh, chat. I might have done my stream and half an hour there. Hang on, whenever I got my Australia versus Turkey's on at 4:30 in the morning. Sorry, Chas. I'd actually love to watch that game, but I'll be in bed. I'll probably be still awake, because my sleeping pattern is literally non-existent. It's awful. But yeah, we'll be doing the game this morning in the morning, anyway, because that's more of a reasonable time. Oh. Need to just check here, chat. Bear with me 1 second. I'll tell you what, chat. Whoever's the set designer for the ITV's done a fantastic job in terms of scouting this location for the production of this. Give them a pay rise, mate, because he's done a fantastic job. Fantastic. Certainly won't be cheap anyway filming in that location, but the city line of Manhattan, fantastic. I think that's the Golden Gate Bridge in the background. I think it's the Golden Gate Bridge anyway. But you've just got America in the background, man. City that never sleeps. But as we know, chat, very, very expensive. Fair play to anyone that's going to this World Cup or any international tournaments for that matter. But with the expenses, talking crazy money, aren't you? In all honesty, crazy money. But fair play if anyone's going to the tournaments. Big dedication. But coming out for the second half. Well, South Africa were out quite early by the looks of it, in a huddle. Oh, the Brooklyn Bridge. Sorry there, but it's the Brooklyn Bridge. Oh, Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah, it will be the Brooklyn Bridge. I won't know. I've never been to America. Love to go, but too much money. Chat, we are underway. I'll stop eating out. That's this. Crack on. Back on the comms. Yeah, chat, have you ever been to America? Mexico, early chance. What did he do in South Africa? Oh, over the bar. But South Africa, man. It's like watching Liverpool this season. And it's not trying to give some form of team talk, and then Liverpool coming out 20 seconds later in the second half and just conceding. They nearly conceded there, South Africa again. Exactly what they done in the first half, where they're just messing about with it at the back, and then Mexico just closing down really well. But that is just so poor. So poor again by South Africa. That's the only picture there. Yeah, fair enough, lad. happy days there, lad. Huge place, America, isn't it? Chat. And this is why it's like so much money to go and watch, obviously, your country as well in the World Cup. Quinn from the halfway line. Tell you what, my man scored a goal and he's shooting from 40 yards. Fair enough. I'll tell you what, he's nearly pulled it off, chat. It was on target anyway. He was on his line there, Williams. But yeah, it's just the costs that do include when you're just following like an international team, especially in America. Like, it's bad enough for us in the UK anyway, travelling. We think 4 hours is a long time, travelling time. But obviously, if you put the size of the UK onto like the map of America, it just dwarfs it, doesn't it? It's huge, America. Ginormous. Yeah, much better weather anyway. Well, they have a bit of everything, don't they, in the States? Bloody tornadoes, like amazing hot weather. Just a bit of everything, really. Crazy climate. Even though England's is not the greatest anyway, but I don't think we've never had a huge tornado anyway. Hopefully not. Did any hear Mexico? Looks like Gutierrez. Is that going to be a red card? If it is, he should be getting sent off here. The South African centre half. Yeah, red card. And the down. He's done well there, Gutierrez. He's cut across the centre half. It looked like he was offside originally, chat. But Sito, he's had an absolute awful game so far. Let's have a little look on the replay. Now his left back's playing a miles onside there. Yeah, he does really well there. Gutierrez cuts across the centre half. His legs get wrapped up in just the state of play really. So it was already difficult for South Africa coming into this second half, but it's even been more difficult now. But yeah, Gutierrez done very well to cut across the centre half and cause that little bit of congestion really, and just make a lot of obviously the coming together really. So it's 1-0 still, chat. Well, let's get that red card on the board here. South Africa. But all the momentum now is at the feet of Mexico. And Jimenez, can he make it 2-0? Obviously, what the centre half would have been, well, I suppose conceding. Yeah, we have to now. Bit of excitement, chat. Yeah. So there we go. Raul Jimenez on the edge of the penalty area. But obviously, if he was inside the penalty box there, chat, he would have got a yellow card, wouldn't he? But it's literally on the edge of the penalty box. South Africa down. Gutierrez. Gallardo. Oh, it's ended up in Birkenhead, that, huh? It's not the greatest of connections. But chat, if you are tuning in, obviously South Africa are down to 10 men. And Silho, who had he's had an awful game in all honesty, the South African midfielder. It's been absolutely everywhere in a bad way, in all honesty, chat. He's been getting caught with the ball at his feet. And now he's got a straight red in the first group game of the 2026 World Cup anyway. Not ideal. It was always going to be an uphill battle for the South African side. But, chat, I think, Scouse, as you said, I think you went 4-5-0, didn't you, before? And I think that will be the scoreline, fella. This game, obviously, we've only played, 7 minutes in the second half. We see Obviously the famous boxer. Mexican boxer. What's his name, chat? Completely got out of my head. Alvarez, is it? Is it Aldo? Jose Aldo? Or is he a UFC fighter? But yeah. Canelo, chat. What am I chatting? Canelo. There we go. I got there eventually. Yeah, the famous Mexican boxer. Canelo. Very good fighter. Oh, a little nutmeg there. But again, really poor again. And that's where South Africa will really, really struggle, in all honesty, tonight, in terms of trying to get that build-up play. Go from... Yeah, big up there, Phil. Yeah, this... Yeah, big up there, Phil. Nice one for your comment, bud. All the other matches in America, we have to stay in Mexico. Travel about. It's just crazy, bud, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. But America, the games are going to be in their country, so they're hosting the tournament, a lot portion of the tournaments as well. So yeah, just crazy, scary world we live in, mate. Innit? In all honesty. Sadly, we just can't just focus on football. But yeah. But yeah, big up there, Phil. Hope you're well, mate. Phil, have you watched much of the first? Have you caught much of the first half? And so if you have, what have you felt? What have you thought of it? But yeah, with South Africa, chat, it was already difficult when you had 11 men on the pitch. But even more difficult now. So what they're going to do, Mexico, as they have done in the second half, just sitting behind the ball now, looking to get those counter-attacks, a couple of 1-2s, create that numerical advantage that they've got at the minute. The extra man. Tell you what, Rangel nearly dropped that into the back of his net, the Mexican goalkeeper. He saves it, and it jumps out of his hands. Got to be careful there, lad. Yeah, mister. Now, in terms of their group games, in terms of the group that we are looking at the minute, like their chat, I did have it up on my notes. Let me get the bracket up. So yeah, in terms of this current group going on in the first match, obviously you've got Mexico, Czechia, obviously South Korea and South Africa. So of course Czechia and South Korea playing in the morning anyway, as you said there, mister. Yeah, you'd expect them. I think they'll have really good tournament though, Phil. And honestly, I've done my own prediction anyway at the top of the show, mate. I expect Mexico to go, not like to the semis or whatnot, but I think they'll give it a good, really good going, this tournament, in all honesty, mate. I think they'll get at least to the last 32, last 16, possibly, depending if they get a bit more lucky with the draw as well, and if they get the points as well. So, yeah, it is going to be fascinating. But chat, yeah. Are you expecting? Yeah, I think I had Mexico finishing top of it. No, I had Czechia finishing first, and I think I had Mexico finishing second, and South Korea finishing third in this group. But as we know, chat, if you're not aware, third place gets you into the knockouts, which is a bit mad anyway. But obviously with the more expanded World Cup, the more teams get into the knockouts anyway. Yeah. So in terms of that, Group A, anyway, chat. And then obviously tomorrow you've got Canada on against Bosnia. That will be on at 8 o'clock anyway. And you've got USA versus Paraguay. And then on the 13th of June, you got USA, Paraguay, Qatar, Switzerland, Brazil, Morocco, and Haiti versus Scotland. I'm looking forward to that Morocco-Brazil game, chat. That should be a very good game. Mexico got a free kick here at the edge of the box. Gonna do something. Ball in, one at the front post. Second ball transition now. South Africa just done enough to get that ball away. Anyway, long searching ball. Still in? No. I'll say the camera angle was very deceiving there. Yeah, they have, Phil. 100%, mate. Yeah, he's had a couple of good saves, mate, in all honesty, hasn't he? But yeah, Fraser Forster. He's the old Southampton giant that used to play for them. Foster for South Africa anyway. Yeah, they just haven't got enough up front, have they, chat, in all honesty. I think so, Mr. Phil. You'll probably know, won't you? And I say, chat. I think it was, mate. Well, Italy, the last 3 World Cups, I think they haven't even qualified, is it? I would have said that, like, back in 2006. Like, I think that was the last time Italy won the World Cup, on it, 2006. Ball in. Oh, just Gutierrez couldn't quite fly in at the far stick there. Oh no, Alvarado, sorry. It was a lovely little ball in down the left. Ball drifted into the far stick, but he's missing that little tap in at the far stick. So yeah, that's a throwback, that chat. Obviously with the American sports, even like NASCAR as well, like the advertisements are just going absolutely berserk on the billboards. Well, they will be this tournament. But yeah, Motorola, chat. They still going. Remember when everyone had like that Motorola flip phone? Obviously, everyone has an iPhone or that now, but those were the days. Before that, everyone had a Nokia. And nothing destroyed those phones, did they? Built with steel. But yeah, like the adverts and that go, man. Like ads, it's bad enough, Joe, if you're watching a bit of telly in the UK. If you're watching like from Channel 3 or 4 or 5, we all complain about adverts, but in the States, isn't it? It's literally like every 20 seconds you get an advert. I'll be going berserk. I don't know how you feel, chap, but I'll be going, just show me the game. Yeah, especially when you're trying to watch a game of football. Chat, I don't know if there's any Americans watching or like anyone that lives over in the States. Like, did he go berserk on the adverts? Like, when a Liverpool game's on or whatnot? You must be able to buy like a sports subscription that has less adverts. Like basically the version of YouTube Premium or where you don't get ads. There must be. It's if they haven't, then that's surely how the TV companies can make. I've just given them basically a big money idea there if they haven't already done that. Yeah, that'll probably be an extra like 50 quid on your TV package anyway. Still going, Phil. I was gonna say traded in, mate. Was it did you? I think everyone had that. It was the classic Motorola flip phone back in the day. I think that was one of my very first phones. That. Well, yeah, The Nokia phones won't be beating no chat, will they? You could literally drop that phone off a 50-store building and it'd still be fine. Unlike an iPhone, like if you dropped it like off the table, it'd smash and crack. Oh, that could be a red card there, chat from... Is it Quinos? I tell you what. Looked a dangerous tackle, that. Oh yeah, he just jumped out about that as well. He's lucky there, Quinos. I tell you, if he left his boot in there, the Mexican winger, he could. Tell you, I felt he could have been sent off there. But the referee's made the right decision there. There's been no contact. He's making a meal out of it, the South African player anyway. But yeah, he's a lucky boy there, Quinos. Fortunate enough for him. Took away his boot at the right point anyway. Because if he left any form of connection, would have been checked seriously by VAR. As his boot was high, ball into the box, and South Africa appealing. One of the forwards has gone down there. I think it might have been Foster. Appealing to the referee there. I'm guessing they must be famous Mexican artists as well, singers. I don't know any of them, I don't think. Nah, it's all good, Phil. All good. Pretty sure it's a boss phone line anyway. All good, lad. But yeah, we are got 25, 26 minutes left in the first game of the World Cup. We haven't already done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Yes, we are a Liverpool channel, but we love football. And I'll try my very best covering all the big games, of course, when it gets into the big matches and the knockouts anyway. But hopefully we do have some absolute crackers so far in the group games. That would be nice. All the way back to the South African goalkeeper there. Little 1-2 there. But yeah, Quinos scoring on the 9th minute for Mexico. Breaking the deadlock. Is this the lad that everyone was raving about, chat? Mora? Is that the lad that's meant to be good? Oh, gee, chat. I think it is, because the crowd's just gone absolutely berserk. So there we go. Moret, number 19. I think I've seen Lola from Anfield Index, sorry. I think she was speaking with Lewis on the last podcast he done on Anfield Index. I think I've seen anyway. Right, or one of the pods he's just done. Lola, if you're watching, how are we, lad? But yeah, not just Lola, but a lot of people have said about Mora. Very highly regarded. I've not seen too much of him anyway. But a lot of people think he's the next big thing, really. Be interesting to see how good he is when he comes on. Who's he play for? As I said, not on. Let's have a little look. Where does he play? Tujana as well, 17. What is he? He's Mexico down the right hand side, yeah. Ball into the box. Jimenez! 2-0! What a ball that is, and what a goal by Raul Jimenez. Scoring at the Azteca. But I tell you what, the delivery from the right hand side. And Mexico do go 2-0 up. What a goal, and what a delivery that is. And that is game, set, and match here for Mexico in Group A. But what a delivery. And Mexico should be surely finishing this game off, getting all 3 points anyway. But excellent build-up play. That extra man, space down the right-hand side for Mexico. What a delivery that is. Yeah, you could have... fantastic delivery that is, chat. I think it's Alvaro as well, or it's Reyes, one of the lads on the right-hand side. Tremendous goal. And you do think and wonder, South Africa, how many goals it will be now in terms they do ship, because there's still 23 minutes to go left in this game. Yeah, 100%. But chat, a big goal, and there's a hydration break going on here. But a big goal, big goal for Mexico. Settles the nerves, really. But Raul Jimenez, the many great goals he scored in the Premier League. He's an expert from the penalty spot. But the Mexican players and staff, and the hydration break, he's getting big hugs off everyone. But I tell you, whatever team you're watching, but that delivery, doing that type of delivery in this cauldron of atmosphere, big stage as well. You can have all the great strikers in the world, but if you don't feed them quality in behind and a ball to the far stick. You haven't seen this goal, chat, watch it tonight. That delivery is superb. But great build up by Mexico down the right hand side, ball in, one touch, bang, and then Jimenez into the bottom left corner there. It's a trademark Raul Jimenez goal. Flying at the far stick. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, 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 oi. Oh, sorry there, chat. Yeah, we are back underway here. Hydration break. 20 minutes left to go as well, everyone. Massive thank you. Everyone who's tuned in tonight. And so we'll be back live for the South Korea and Czechia game a bit later. Obviously, the Liverpool content will still be on the channel, Reds. Don't be worrying. We'll be doing many episodes as well. Hopefully these live streams breathe a bit more life as well into the channel. Hopefully get a lot more of the subscribers back into the comments and everything as well. Let's get us back into the algorithm, ideally. But it will take time, and that's got plenty of time anyway, so if you are watching or consuming not just my videos, chat, if you're watching anyone's content on YouTube or social media, just make sure you do drop a like on the video as well. Massively helps out everyone. Like, share, follow, do it a lot really. But yeah, South Africa down to 10 men, and this game could, obviously they're already pulling away Mexico, they have already, and he's offside there, Jimenez. It's a late call there by the line-out. And through here, Mexico's had a penalty. Referee's waved it away. I tell you what, it's going to be getting... He's absolutely body checked him there. Jimenez. Yeah, he's onside there. Oh, I suppose, yeah, he's just about done enough there. The South African centre-half used his body positioning there. You can understand why the Aztecas going absolutely berserk there. But, yeah, it's just a coming together, nothing malicious. The ball had been gone there from Raul Jimenez. He wasn't going to be getting that. Yeah, it's South African goalkeeper's got the ball now. That's a bad tackle, is here. That's going to be a yellow card. Who's that? Sabisi as well. Absolutely lunged in there. Did it literally end up with no team at this rate? If they get any more red cards, South Africa. Little toe poke there, and he just goes like that into his throat. Awful challenge. So it has been a poor performance by South Africa, but you don't want to be getting 6-7-0'd anyway. But if you start going down to 9-8 men, that's what would happen. As I said, chat, yeah, we'll be doing the watch-alongs as well in the World Cup, but there will be Liverpool content tomorrow morning. As well, so stay tuned on the channel. Mexico down the left. Quinos, I'd say, yeah. He's a good little player, this lad, isn't he? Is that going to be a free kick? Referee said nothing of it. A space there. Fantastic tackle. Possible breakaway here for South Africa, but no, it isn't. But there's a foul on the South African midfielder. So, yeah. There's a foul. Alvarez coming on, I think it is. Yeah. They're coming on. Alvarez coming on, making his 100th appearance. A former West Ham man. And this is another player that the Aztec has gone berserk for. Yeah, South Africa made some changes there. Mobdia is coming off. And Reyes is coming off. Yeah, some changes there, chat. Oh, chat, no one told me about the time. Why has no one told me about the time? That's my fault anyway, not your fault. Chat, we are in the 60th minute. It's not half time, don't be worrying. You're wondering, why is the game in the second half? There we go. I can tell you haven't streamed a while on my channel. Get back into the swing of things. Sorry, chat. You probably did tell me. But you missed your comments. But yeah. Don't worry in chat, we are in the 77th minute. Apologies for anyone to tune in going, why's the second half not started? It had. Just like me being silly sausage. So yeah, 13 minutes left in this game. Yes, obviously South Africa down to 10 men. Goals from Quinos and Raul Jimenez. Obviously Quinos in the 9th minute and Raul Jimenez in the second half. But it's been a very good showing from the co-hosts of the World Cup so far. As I said before, top of the show, I expect Mexico to have a fairly decent tournament. If they can finish top of their group, which they're fully capable of, but especially getting the 3 points tonight is a huge win in the first game. Mexico's star man is coming off here. Quinos had a fantastic game, man in a match. I think for probably everyone watching this game tonight, and certainly the Mexican contingent. So Quinos coming off, and Vega is coming on. Vega, that's a name that I know is the one I'm thinking of. Let's have a little look. Oh, Vega's come on. Oh, Mexico. Is that the lad that used to play for Atletico? No, I'm thinking. No, it's a different one. Yeah, not the one I'm thinking of. Alexis Vega. Well, yeah, the Aztec is going berserk there. How's that a foul? Referee's a nightmare there. I understand why the whole stadium's up in arms. Got away with that against South Africa. And you've got the backs to their own goal anyway. They haven't got a clue what they're doing. Big up there, Phil. We'll speak about that in tomorrow morning, mate, anyway, but not at the minute, mate. Just a load of speculation at present, as always is. Obviously, the transfer window hasn't officially opened yet. Well, Phil, as we'll probably mention, we'll speak about it tomorrow morning as well, but obviously, Yan Diamande, certainly, well, shot on target for South Africa. Finally, it took them a good, hour. There's a Mexican player down here. Let's have a little look. Yeah, he's still down. Hopefully he's okay. But yeah, mainly Yan Diamande, Phil, looks like they're probably the only positive at the minute in terms of Liverpool signing a new player. Obviously, we need his quality down the right hand side. But as every Liverpool fan said, mate, we haven't Liverpool. Well, there's not a depth of quality in that right hand side. If you can't get Elise, if you can't get a Desiree Doué, then probably Yan Diamande is probably your best bet anyway. And certainly Desiree Doué is not departing from Paris Saint-Germain, or Elise probably not going to leave. Going to cost a lot of money as well. So Yan Diamande, 19 years old anyway, isn't he? Got a big future, but again, you don't know, Liverpool are going to be paying a lot of money. Is this a VAR? I think the VAR checking something here. Is another red card going on here for a South Africa player? There's been called to the VAR monitor here. Oh, I tell you what, that's a red card, that. Yeah, it's going to be a red card on Alvarado, the Mexican player. It's going to be another red card for... That's awful. The South African forward, he's just went like that and knocked him. It's awful. He's tried to pull him back, but he's like... That should be a red card, possible red card for South Africa. But it's that's a fantastic check by the lads on VAR, or ladies on VAR anyway. They've caught that. Yeah, that's it. What is that? Just slapped him on the back of the head. Yeah, it's so as we said before, chat. South Africa, as I said before, they've got to be careful that they don't go down to 9, 8 men this game. Been so poor. And VAR referees come back onto the pitch. Let's listen to what he's going to say. Yeah, fair play to the referee. Yeah, it's going to be a red card to the South African player. It's going to be the right decision as well. Fair play. Why is he looking like he's shocked? South African player. It's a blatant red card. Yeah, so South Africa have not just gone down to 11. They're down to 9 men now. Zwane's gone off now, number 11. So, South Africa, 9 players here. Horrendous foul, chat. It's a great spot by VAR. That's what you'd never see it, nothing like that in the Premier League, chat. It's always a joy as well when you go to World Cup tournaments. The lads and ladies on the VAR get it spot on. Unlike the Premier League referees. Like, I completely missed that. But it literally only took about 2 replays to go, oh, Sam, then that's the foul. They got it perfectly spot on. No waiting 5 minutes, 10 minutes for a decision. It was just, referee went over to the monitor, checked it, said, oh, sound. Straight on the pitch, red card, bish, bash, bosh, and you're gone. But yeah, crazy. But that is being coming, even when South Africa had 11 men. Chat, on the pitch, it's been a bit of a theme, in all honesty, just the rashness of not just the play, but the amount of, like, a couple of light-ditch challenges as well tonight. Even players, when they're on yellow cards, you're like, what are you doing, lads? But yeah, chat, I think South Africa, considering they're down to 9 men, I think they'll be happy even if it is to finish 2-0. But there's a big opportunity here for Mexico to just give the fans worthy money of what they've come into the ground for, and that's more goals, hopefully. But yeah, Phil, Yan Diamande looks like the probably the most bang-on one at the minute, mate, in all honesty. Just waiting for the official bids. Hopefully that comes in very soon. Yeah, no justice, mate. It's already bad when you're down to 10 men. That's man playing a match. As I say, it's probably for me, it'd be Quinos. I think he's done really well. Really good, man. Mexico really playing the ball around now with the extra 2 men advantage. Oh, that's some record, that. The 17-year-old that come on for Mexico before, chat. That's a great stat by the commentary, chat. If he was to score the Mexican lad at 17 that everyone's raving about, it'd be the second youngest player to score in a World Cup. 1 day older than Pele. You'd be fuming, wouldn't you? Just a day older. Could you imagine getting that as your record anyway? Being the youngest ever. But Obviously, Michael Owen done well for England, didn't he, when he burst through onto the scene. But Pele, not too bad of a footballer, was he? Chat, if you haven't watched, there's a documentary. I was watching it. That was like a documentary film, anyway, of that great Brazilian side. Obviously, Pele, Garrincha and that. I don't like the last episode, but Pele's final World Cup win. Obviously, three-time winner of the tournament, Pele. Even he was counting goals in his back garden. So yeah, the substitute that come on, chat, has been sent off. Don't worry, chat, on that pitch view they are down to 9 men. Oh yeah, Phil, you can give them the best demonstration of VAR, how it's meant to be used, mate, but yeah, like, it's just refreshing, mate, isn't it? Probably one of the most positive things to come out of if you are watching the World Cup is the lack of interference from VAR, but when it does get involved, it's spot on. It's mad, isn't it, chat? Like, you can have all the tech, but you don't know how to use it. More it. So, a minute left to go here, chat. And yet, we'll be live for a bit later on anyway. South Korea versus Czechia. And I will see you then as well. But we'll see you in the morning as well. After, obviously, the live stream, we'll get up earlier and we'll do a show on Liverpool anyway. Even though, yes, we're doing World Cup watch-alongs, but we'll be doing Liverpool content as well. So have a little look, see if there's any bits of Liverpool talk anyway that we can chat about and have a little gander. So 7 minutes added on. South Africa will just be wanting that whistle to go, won't they? In all honesty. Yeah, 7 minutes. So yeah, 7 minutes. Yeah. This is easy. Don't be getting your hopes up. Oh, good chat. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. It was Mr. C, Phil, and all these. Very much appreciated, everyone. As I said, try and do as much content as I possibly can on my channel as well, Reds. As I said, just need to get back into the algorithm. Anyway, it's going to take me a very long time anyway, but we'll put the hours in. Start getting content out there a lot more consistently. That should be a possible red card as well for Mexico, is it? Sure, you're going to be getting checked here. I'll tell you what, is it a red or a yellow from the referee? Yeah, it's a red card. I thought it'd be a red card, chat. I tell you what, I thought that was going to be a red card as well. For Cesar Montes. I felt that was going to be a red card, chat. So we've had... You just know there's people out there that have put a load of free red cards in a match. For me, that is a red card as well, chat, if I'm being honest. He's the last man by the looks of it. But it's going to be getting checked by VAR. It's getting reviewed by VAR anyway. It depends, though. So there's been 2 red cards. Well, for me, I don't think that's going to be getting overturned. I think it's the right decision by the referee. Yeah, just a silly, sloppy foul. And you just knew, as soon as the Mexican players ran over as well, you just knew that there was going to be a possible red card. So Montez has been sent off here as well. So fair play to the fella out there or woman that's put red cards in this game on your racket or whatnot. You've smashed it. But yeah, so yeah, quite rare you see 3 red cards in an international game in a big tournament. But we are where we are. I'll tell you what, if South Africa actually gets their act together, but funnier things have happened, like Istanbul anyway. But never say never. But it would be having to be one footballing miracle. You got a free kick here, South Africa, right hand side the penalty box of Mexico. But yeah, in terms of the tournament as well, though, chat, Montez is one of their best defenders for Mexico. So 3 minutes over 3 minutes added in. What is that? That is awful. You tried to be clever there with the free kick, chat. South Africa done a back heel, and then it's completely miles away from his own teammate. Madness. I don't know why I'm fuming so much. I'm not a South Africa fan. But as a neutral, that is horrendous. Trying to just back heel on the edge of the box when your team's got like 4 minutes left to go. You've just got a little bit of a boost. It's 9 against 10. Well, this match has had absolutely everything today, chat. But yeah, Montez will be a big miss for Mexico, in all honesty. Oh, the records for red cards is 4 as well, chat. Still time. Still time for that to happen. But yeah, 2 minutes left to go here. Record for the most red cards in a World Cup game is 4. We've had 3 today, so one of them, innit? But chat, who's been your player of the match? Who's impressed you? For me, it's been Quinos. But yeah, Quinos for Mexico. Obviously, he's not on the pitch at the minute, but obviously broke the deadlock in the opening 9 minutes of this game. A tremendous finish between the legs of the goalkeeper. Yeah, it's Phil. That was horrendous, mate, wasn't it? You'd think from an international tournament, the biggest tournaments in the world, you'd just keep it basic. Just get a ball into the box, wouldn't you? None of this nonsense of trying to do little flicks and tricks when your team's 2-0 down in the first group game of a World Cup when you're down to 9 men as well. The coach probably would have gone ballistic. If I'm fuming already, and I'm not a South African fan anyway, but yeah. But as a neutral, just analysing the game, crazy, man. Ball into the box, cleared. There's a South Africa player down here, so there's 20 seconds left to go. But Reds, or any Mexican fans or South African fans, welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Yeah, we're a Liverpool channel, but we'll be doing plenty of streams, and everyone is welcome from around the continent. And yeah, very much appreciated everyone that's tuned in tonight. I'll see you, obviously, a bit later on tonight as well in terms of doing the sofa. And that is full time there, Reds. Oh, yeah, Reds or, yeah, any Mexico fans or South African fans as well. Yeah, a deeply disappointing performance and outing from South Africa, but a fantastic performance at the end of it for the host. for the joint host nation of the World Cup as well. Fair play to Mexico, done really well, but certainly were helped by South Africa with their inability to keep men on the pitch anyway. But as Mr. C said, vamos Mexico, 100% that. Yeah, fair play to Mexico. Fully do deserve all the 3 points tonight. And they are top of Group A. And that'll give them a huge boost in qualification for the next round of the World Cup anyway. But chat, thank you as always, everyone, for tuning in. I will see you a bit later on. Anyway, we're doing the obviously South Korea and Czechia game. And then after that, in the morning, we'll be doing a Liverpool show anyway. Yes, we're a Liverpool channel, but keep an eye on that as well, chats. We're speaking about, obviously, Andy and Monday, a bit about general football and Liverpool, what we need as well. But everyone, hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you for everyone that has tuned in tonight. See you a bit later on, and I'll see you again tomorrow. But if I don't see you, have a fantastic rest. A start to your Friday. Nearly the weekend anyway. Nearly there. But Reds and anyone that's tuned in, have a fantastic rest of your night. I'll see you a bit later anyway. And thank you as always, everyone, for tuning in.